Waking you up. It's the Big Show.
Wake up, wake up.
With Joey and Jackie.
The #1 morning show.
Welcome, everybody, to Big Show on the FM, the podcast. My name is Joey.
I am Jackie.
We are excited to bring you a new episode this week. Of course, remember to follow us on all our socials, Big Show FM, and don't forget to hit subscribe on YouTube. Of course, we drop new episodes every Friday. That way you can stay up to date with us and all the great stuff that's happening with us.
That's right. And today we have a very special guest we're super excited about. We called him up, and he's like, 6 in the morning, really? But he is here. We're excited, and we are, going to introduce our very one and only Blackaroni, DJ
That's
Black.
Right. DJ Black is joining us on the show. I mean, really, it's just Black. You're the first person we thought when we're going to have our
all the attention
very
away from
first
us.
guest. It's got to be this guy.
It has to be. It's Black.
Hey, you know what? I feel special. Thank y'all, man. Y'all woke me up at 6 in the morning. That was nice of y'all.
Wait, we're glad you did so.
I swore it was a typo.
I know.
When she said 6 a.m., I said, what?
He's like, you mean PM?
Yeah, I had to double take. I was like, oh, hell no.
You're lying. But
I do it because of y'all.
We made sure
we love you.
We made sure we got you coffee, and of course, it was crazy because when I texted you, I said, "Hey, what do you drink?" Jackie immediately says,
I was like, something caramel.
and you texted the exact thing. You're all caramel, and I was like,
I know.
if she would have knew, you would have thought she was a
Well, you know what I'm
barista.
saying? Well, when you told me Dutch Brothers, I was thinking this was some black dudes. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, go on, yeah, send me some brothers over here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to give them some chicken while you're at it, you know? Well, it's going to be a different show. I can already
Definitely is.
All right.
But Black, we are excited to welcome you, of course, to the show, and we thought this was the perfect opportunity, of course, to we've shared so many stories, Jackie and I, as far as, our start at the Big Show, but a lot of that start to the Big Show has a lot to do with you and Damien putting this together.
Yeah.
So I want to take it back to the beginning for you. What got you started in radio? What got you started in this business?
Well, I don't want to tell you what year because I date myself, but my daughter wasn't born yet, and she's 30. I was DJing because I'm a soldier, so I was on Fort Bliss DJing, and one day this officer heard me, and he asked me to DJ one of his parties, one of the fraternity parties. So I'm at the party jamming out, man, and this guy come up to me, very charismatic guy, man, tall black guy. His name was JoJo the Hitman McKay, which is a El Paso legend. I had no idea who this guy was, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from the military, so I wasn't paying attention to that much El Paso. So one day he asked me, he said, hey, man, we need you on the radio station. I was like, all right, cool. So he worked his magic and talked to Victor and Candy and all these other people. Then they had this battle on the radio to see who would be the next power mixer. So we went there and did the battle, and and lo and behold, I won. And that started me in radio. But I wasn't a personality, to be honest with you, until I came here. I was always a mixer on the radio, but when I came here is when I became a personality, and it was a fluke because I was on Wild 106 up in Albuquerque, and then one day we just had this big meeting. They said, we're switching formats. So I was like, damn. So we was basically asked out. And then lo and behold, the management from this company, just out the blue, just called me because me and Damien has worked a lot together, when we did stuff in Midland and when we did all the power jams and stuff like that. So he knew of me. So Damien reached out and asked me would I want to be a night job because I guess Danny G or somebody was leaving. Mm-hmm. And then I said, I said, yeah, I'll do that, man. I said, under one condition. I said, do y'all have a Popeye's chicken? And Damien said, yeah, Playboy, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I said, all right, cool. So I took a chance, came down here, didn't have no home. I just came down here with the clothes on my back. I had no family, no nothing, so I just took a chance. And then just lo and behold, it just happened to work out. And here we are like years later, and I'm still relevant. I don't know how, but I'm still relevant. So.
We can't go into public without, DJ Black, it's Black, it's Black. Everyone, every single time we go somewhere. Even like when we went to the parade, we did the parade because we do the 4th of July parade. And did we not hear Black? Everyone is so excited that Black is around.
Wow, that's crazy.
It's so cool.
Because I don't even like me.
Come on, Black, yes you do.
Well, you know what? I thought it was
Black.
cool because when I moved here, I thought that the love that Las Cruces gave me, because some people knew of me because of the clubs in El Paso, but the love that they gave me, I felt I was obligated to give them that love back 10 times and more. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember the first month or so I was here, a bunch of people were trying to take me off the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I get called into the offices and they'll tell me how I offended this person and how I offended that person, because when I first got here, they said, hey, man, be you.
Yes.
And I said, are you sure? Because I know me, but a bunch of people here that know me. And, in radio, I would basically be called like a shock jock.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say whatever's on my mind, and, it might not come out right and stuff like that. So I get called into the office, man, and I'm thinking I'm about to get fired. And remember, I done came down here, basically butt-ass naked. So, it's like, so I was taking the chance. So when they were sitting in the office, I was sitting in there while they was talking to me. You know how you talk to someone and they're talking to you, but you got all this other stuff in your head running like, damn, I'm about to get fired, what I'm going to do next, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they said, yeah, man, just go out there and apologize to them and everything's going to be okay. But then this thing hit me in my head called Janetta Black, my mama. She told me to always be me and never be apologetic for the person that you are. So me and Damien went on the Who ride. And then, of course, Damien set it up. Hey, you got something to say to everybody. And I said, yeah. I said, I heard some people were complaining about some of the stuff that I said. And I'm sorry, I'm saying blah, blah, blah. Then I just got to that point where something hit me. And I said, well, this is what we're going to do. If you don't want to hear what I say, turn the channel.
Yeah.
I said, but you're going to come back. Because when you come back, I said, because we're going to bust you in your ass with the music and we're going to have fun. I said, my job is to make sure you have fun. If I offend somebody, I'm sorry. And I said, I heard some lady was mad because I said I was talking about fat women. So I said, let me tell you something. My mama 5'2", 202 pounds. She fat. So I love my mama. And if you offended, then you need to go work out. And then after that, I was just me.
Crazy, Black, for you to literally get on the radio and tell them, if you don't like it, turn it off. I mean, that's a risky move
That
of
really
you
is,
telling
yeah.
them, turn off your radio. But ultimately, what you did is that you were yourself. You were
Yes.
authentically yourself. And I think that just drew more people like, well, if this is going to be him, then I don't want to turn off the radio. So you threw it out there, said, turn off the radio if you don't like what I say. And instead, it just seemed like more and more people were turning on the radio.
More attraction towards
Well,
you.
I think I don't want to use big words and mess it up because, I got a big bottom lip and y'all got me here at 6 in the morning. but me, I was being authentic.
Yes.
And I think people were attracted to it because it was authentic. But then you was also didn't want to turn away because you didn't know what I was going to say next. Nobody knew. Me and Dee never rehearsed what we was going to say before we went on the air. We really didn't even talk that much before we went on the air. And it was a formula that we had that Dee knew when he gave me that green light, I'm finna go. And I went. Sometimes I don't even know where I was going, but we've been there laughing so hard that Dee would walk out the office dying laughing. But we had so much fun, but I think the fun we had went over the airways to the point where if you're driving home during the Who ride, you got to have us on.
Yes.
And then when the numbers came out, and radio is all about numbers. When the numbers came out, hell, we wasn't for sure if the other stations didn't turn off while we was on because the numbers was that bad. But we did that, and you got to think, we went for years. I mean, like the guy behind the camera said, I grew up on y'all. You know what I'm saying? And to me,
Shout out to Leo.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even though his hands ashy as hell, that threw me off. I was like, why he got on white gloves this morning? I was like, what? He slid to work?
It's cold outside, okay?
Yeah,
All our
like,
hands
whoa,
aren't.
He said, let me put some cocoa butter and not rub it in. But we were so authentic, and we made people have fun, and that was the whole purpose. Even, I remember when Michael Jackson died. And then we did it. We could do a tribute to Michael Jackson or stuff like that. But we made everybody have fun. And even when we had our serious issues, we was bringing the community in.
It was really fun, being in radio, like just starting out and seeing you and Damien, the energy in the studio.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met Black, it was my second day of work, and Trinity was in there, and she was introducing me to people, and you just walk in, and you are singing, I think, at the car wash.
Yeah.
Like, you were just singing, like, at me, and I'm like, I knew you, but
Yeah.
it freaked me out because I'm like, he has so much energy, and I don't have that, and it freaked me out because I'm supposed to be on air, and I can't do what you do.
Well,
But
I
it
mean-
was so cool to see you in the real flesh dancing and singing.
But see, that's the
you were
beautiful
exactly
thing
on the radio the same in real life.
That's the beautiful thing about y'all, though, man. Y'all have always been y'allself. You know what I'm saying? Because I always tell people I don't want everybody, and I think the uniqueness of everybody in radio get to be their self, and people get to love you for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want everybody don't need to be top DJ Black.
Well, you brought that up last week, actually.
So that's one of those things, Black, that when we first started, especially when it came down to doing the show or doing anything that we're doing. I mean, I remember when I was doing taking phone calls for Sunday Night Slow Jams. You remember those where they had me at 8 o'clock sitting there. I had to hear everybody's baby mama drama and literally, hey, I love you, boo boo, and make sure you tell me, all your love stories. But I remember one of the advice that you told me and Jackie was you have to be authentically yourself. Don't try to be DJ Black, because much to that, management was looking for, well, it's working with DJ Black. We're going to make him do the same thing, and we're going to make this person come in, and Patricia's got to do the same thing. Jackie's got to do the same thing. Anybody that was coming in, and you were telling us, you got to be you. There's an audience for you. You don't have to be me. Be yourself, and it'll work.
Well, I mean, because you can always be the best you, but you can't be the best next person. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, God blessed me with a sense of humor, and I'm quick on my feet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I've never changed. If you talk to people that knew me in high school or knew me in the military, you know what I'm saying, they'll tell you this guy is always the same guy. I do get tired at times, but when that mic come on or that light come on, I just feel like I need to give you the best version of me.
Yeah.
One of the things you mentioned earlier was you and Damien being able to put stuff together. You guys worked well together.
Right.
And one of the things that I've always appreciated about both of you, and one of the things that Jackie and I have done, is being able to pivot when something's happening. Whenever there's something going on in the community, sometimes it was like, okay, look, I know we usually have our fun moments, but if we need to pivot to something that's serious, let's talk about it. And you guys knew when and how to do it. That I think it's something that, the industry as a whole should look at and really examine, because oftentimes you don't see that with radio anymore when there's something going on in the real world, and you often get people like, no, we're not going to talk about it. But instead, you guys went head first into it, talked about it, and I would see you guys open up the phone lines and talk to the community about things.
Well, I'm gonna give most of that to Damien. With his journalistic background and my don't give a damn background. I think we were the ultimate yin and yang.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because even when everybody should think Damien was my lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Because Damien always have his suit on and everything, sitting there looking like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. You know what I'm saying? But we always jailed together. I got to tell this story, bro. So we had a show, and it was Baby Beach, Baby Bash now, NB Riders, and Lil Rob, and we was in Odessa. And, man, I swear it was 115 degrees out there. And I remember because I left my record on the turntable. When I went back, it looked like a potato chip. And this was one of the first times I encountered D, right? So I get a phone call and say, hey, man, the guys from Las Cruces vehicle broke down on the way up here. So can y'all go pick them up? So I was like, yeah. So we driving, and we don't exactly know where they're at. They just told us what stop they was at. And then I see somebody walking down the street in 115 degrees in a suit. So first thing I said, well, what damn fool wearing a suit in 115 degrees? That fool was Damien. So
that's how you kind of met.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I laughed the whole time. I was like,
I didn't know this either.
yeah, you about to have a damn heat stroke, But that was Damien always had on the suit. Like I was scared when we did the show. It went wild. I said, if Damien come out here in a damn spandex
he actually
suit.
wore a Hot 103 shirt. I remember that.
Yeah.
And he tried to give it to Love Rants, which Damien, real thin.
Yeah.
Love Rants was like a 4X.
Yeah, for
or
real.
2X or 3X or something. I don't know how the sizes work. But I remember him trying to put the shirt on him, and this isn't going to fit.
Love Rants have the same body type, and you're trying to put a medium shirt on him. It ain't going to work out.
So thankfully he didn't wear a suit that day.
Man, when Damien took his shirt off, I was like, bro, I've never seen nobody nipples that close. I was like, wait.
That's why I have to wear
what?
glasses.
I was like, why?
He was so bright.
His nipples were high-fiving each other. I was like, I've never seen
It's 7 o'clock in the evening. I thought the sun went down already. What's going on here?
He was like the whitest dude in the world. I was like, dude, I see your blood flowing.
But
like,
his heart is brown.
Yeah.
He loves the raza.
Yeah.
He loves it.
But I can say, Damien was actually the root of the tree that helped bring a bunch of people in. And, and it's crazy because, Candy trained me.
Candy.
Yes,
Which is a name we don't hear that much, but Candy
No.
trained me. And I remember when I got here, everybody was talking about how much they love Candy.
I
And
remember
then when
her
you
on the
meet her,
radio.
you see why. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Because Candy
Great
always,
personality,
she trained me,
yeah.
and then the first day on the air, I shut the whole radio down. Like, I don't know what button I hit. but everything just went black. And I said, oh, my God. You know, in my mind, I'm like, well, it was a black dude did it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm calling everybody, D, come help me out. So, yeah, the first couple of days on radio, I was nervous as a hooker in church.
Yes.
You know, one of the memories that I have from you guys is seeing the office. So office would close at 5, but how many people would stay in the office because you guys were jamming, man? Like the Who Ride would start, and the whole office, I mean, you guys had the volume cranked all the way up.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you didn't want to get in your car because you would rather just hang out in the studio.
The energy was that high.
Like, even if you didn't have to go to work, you're like, I'm going to go just to go be there just because you wanted to witness this. And it was so cool. And I remember, so I was a producer for the AM shows. And so we were a little down the way in the hallway. And there's so much going on outside. Meanwhile, the conversation in the AM studio was about real estate.
Yeah.
But yet, you're just here, you laughing, Damien, black. I mean, and then if it's a throwback Thursday, I mean, for some reason, you were just always kicked up to 11 at that point.
Well, you know what the it was powered by?
Yeah.
Jelly Bellies and Mountain Dew.
That's
Oh,
right.
yeah.
I remember Jelly Bellies, Mountain Dew all the time in the trash cans. Every single time I'd go in the
I was
morning.
a Mountain Dew oholic.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
You get in the morning, you look at the keyboard like, yep, DJ Black was here.
But you know what's fun? You know, nobody ever knew this. I knew I annoyed the people at the country station, and I annoyed the people at the talk show. So I came in to like, remember Joe Hickson? You know, Santa
Yes.
Claus.
Oh, Joe, I
So
love
me and
him.
Joe like still friends now, right? Because we
Yes.
talk about it. Because you know, I work at the VA, and Joe's a veteran too. I used to see his face because think about how calm, if that's a word, it was before I came to the station. So people would say they knew when I was there. I never had to announce it, but all you hear, you knew
Exactly.
I was coming through the door,
fun.
and I always had jokes, man, and I was always ready. It was like, to me, the Rocky music played in my head right before it was time to go on air, and I'm sitting here like, oh, I can't wait. And then it's crazy because I would think of all these mixes before I even get here, and that's why when we came back with the Throwback Thursdays, I said, D, I got a great idea, man. I said, why don't we take a day and we just show, we just show love to the old school. He was like, let's do it, Playboy. So we went in there, man, and then we never knew it was going to take off like it did. So everything, God bless the timing, but everything that we did, it just happened to pop off. And I took chances. I had the Baby Mama, the Ghetto Delilah.
Yes.
Ghetto Delilah.
You know what I'm saying? The Throwback Thursdays and all this kind of stuff, man. We tried it, and it worked. But I think what I do, or what I did back in the day, I just love being in the community. Like when we used to go to the schools and just go out to places just to go. And when we did the Trey Songz thing, and stuff like that, that's the stuff I loved, man. And then, the Hurricane Alleys. But there was a bunch of stuff that I did for free because I just wanted to give back. I'm not going to go to no little school and DJ for the elementary kids and charge them. That's crazy.
And I'm glad you mentioned Hurricane Alley because Tuesdays, that became such an iconic day because of what you and Damien created at Hurricane Alley.
Yeah.
I mean, at MSU, it seemed that whole campus flocked to Hurricane Alley just to go to be there for that, Tuesdays with Hot 103 with the Who Ride. Talk about that, like, just that moment, because that's a moment that I don't think happens nowadays when it comes to the club scene anymore. You don't see people getting ready to go out on a Tuesday to see their favorite DJs.
Yeah.
It's not like that anymore. But back then, I mean, you had people lined up all the way to the grocery store.
Yeah. Well, it was back in the day, El Patio used to be the spot.
Yes.
On Tuesdays. So I went out there one time, man, and I think they had like 8 DJs. I don't know if it was like the Earth, Wind, and Fire DJ. and then El Patio is not really a big spot. You know what I'm saying? And then, when you drive out to Mesilla, man, you better drive slow. The police going to mess with you, whatever, So one day, man, I was just playing around, and somebody told me to go over to Hurricane Alley. So I went over there and talked to him, and I talked to Van, who was on at the time. It wasn't even Marcy. And we just started kicking around ideas, and then me and D started kicking around ideas. And I was like, man, we need to take the Who Ride on the road. So then we came up with the Hurricane Alley. Then we said, hey, man, so we basically almost did the exact same thing they did, except we were in town. You know what I'm saying? And then we had the power of the airwaves. We weren't competing against XM and all these other people. And then we did the first night, and somebody called us and said, hey, man, can you get me in? And I was like, man, just come on in. They were like, no, brother, the line is all the way down to Wingstop. I said, shut the front door. So I go out there and I looked and I said, damn. And then it went on for 7 years straight. So every Tuesday for 7 years, it went on straight, man. And I think that's when Marcy started selling and stuff like that. And then it went on for a while. Then, of course, I moved away. But, man, I got to introduce people to, I think, my homeboy Amir. You know what I'm saying? Nobody knew who Amir was. And then Amir came up there with us, man. And then, Flips came over eventually.
Yes.
And basically everybody came over and did like a guest spot, man. Because I always felt like you can't be who you are or try to call yourself successful if you never give somebody else an opportunity to like you guys, man. When y'all first got here, oh my God.
Do you want to talk about that, Black?
Yeah,
right.
let's do it, man.
Yeah, all right. So
Let's do
let's go ahead. Okay, Trinity leaves,
Okay.
and they're gonna get ready to make a change for the morning show.
I got kicked to overnight.
Jackie got moved to overnight, and you get pulled into the office, you and Damien, and they said, we're not gonna go with Joey. We're gonna have the Who ride do the mornings. But here's another interesting thing: you guys are also gonna do the Who ride.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be doing 2 shifts
Yeah.
every day. What was your thoughts? Like, break everything down, because
Man.
you and Damien were both kind of, I don't know, I witnessed the whole thing. So
First
just
of all,
talk
I'm not a
little bit.
morning person. So
Yeah.
and it's crazy because now I work in the morning.
Yeah.
But at that time, you got to remember, I did clubs because, it ain't like radio pay you a bunch of money. So I was doing so many clubs, man. I didn't want to be up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So we get up in the morning and I'm already mad. But then, like I said, I get here and my juices start flowing and we're telling jokes in the morning and stuff like that. But at the same time, I always side-eye people. Because my thing is, what's the purpose of having y'all here if you're not going to give y'all the opportunity? Just don't take Damien and DJ Black and just start inserting them anywhere or everywhere when we got other talent that we can start growing. Because to me, you're never going to know until you know. You don't know what to say on the mic or what kind of personality you're going to be until somebody give you that opportunity. And I felt at that time they wasn't giving y'all the opportunity, and they were sort of like, in so many ways, using me and Damien. So I used to be in those meetings, and you'll see me stand on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, man. I said, let these guys go. I mean, I feel sorry for Jackie. Jackie did everything except sell Avon, and Girl Scout cookies.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I'm simply like, but her personality, when you're around it, you could feel her bubble personality. So why aren't you guys giving her a chance? And that was always my fight. Back in the day, nobody ever gave me a chance. So when I got the opportunity to open the doors or stand up for somebody else, I want to be the advocate. And like for you guys, I want to be the advocate because, one, I don't feel like y'all need to use them and make them a gopher. We're not in the hazing days. We're not no fraternity where you're going to have these guys. Joey did everything. Joey on the mountain. They got Joey hand gliding.
These
Joey,
satellites were cleaned by Joey.
Yeah, I cleaned these.
Found out they didn't even work. So
yeah,
that was
you know what I'm saying?
worthless.
So when it came down to you guys, I just want y'all to have your opportunity. Then that's when you sink or swim. But you're never going to know if you don't give them the opportunity. So and plus, I didn't want to be here. I mean, I love the station, but damn all that. Well, one, they had 1-ply toilet paper. See, my booty general. I gotta have 2-ply
still
toilet
have
paper.
1-ply here.
Still, I can't
I think
do-
we down to half at
Yeah,
this point.
I'm
you can see
sensitive.
through it.
We share
Hey, I gotta tell
squares.
I gotta tell the story, man. This is so funny, right? So the reason I'm real big on 2-ply toilet paper because
I am too black.
I need some toilet paper, so I ran down to the dollar store and it was cheap, like
Yeah, yeah.
$2.50 for 18 rolls,
Yeah.
and I didn't know why until I wiped. I knew then. I was like, "Oh Lord!" I didn't know my booty was that sensitive. I'm sitting here putting green alcohol on my butt. I tore up everything,
I
man.
the exfoliating in there.
I was like, "Woo, Jesus!" I couldn't even sit down. So that's what made me like that, man. But back to what I was saying. But I just wanted you guys. I think people need to have an opportunity to shine because they took a chance on me.
Yes.
I mean, because I never was a radio personality. So for them to take a chance on me it paid off at the end. But we never knew how it was going to be. Yeah. And you got to give other people that opportunity to see what they're going to be. Now, look at you guys, man. Y'all the big show, and y'all face all on billboards, even though it scared me one time because I didn't know Joey's head was that big. But can you imagine on the billboard? I'm like, damn, I thought it was an asteroid because I had my glasses on.
Nothing's worse than when you go somewhere and be like, DJ Black was right. You do have a big head. And you're like, thanks.
And you remember Joey had the curly afro like Juan Epstein
I
from
remember
Welcome Back,
that.
Carter?
Yeah. He's also have little designs in his hair all the time. That was
I was
cool.
trying something different.
Oh,
at the
it
time.
was
It
freaking
didn't really work
hilarious.
out, but
I mean, but then, like I said, it's cool to me now to see where y'all are at.
But we wouldn't be here, Black. Let's be for real. If it wasn't for Black and Damien,
Yeah.
they were our biggest advocates.
And D was mine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Cool how that worked out.
Even the training that we would get. So when the show finally officially gets picked up, and they said, okay, we're going to give you guys 2 weeks to try this.
2
weeks.
2 weeks.
That's it. Or
And
we're both losing our jobs. We're both going to be fired.
There was really no going back at this point, because
Yeah.
after that it's like, okay, we can't go back to overnights, and at that point you're pretty much just saying, hey, we're going to get ready to move on. And in the world of syndication, you can
Yeah.
tell that they were probably already looking at some syndicated shows.
Yeah.
And the fact that you and Damien stepped in, and I'll remember the day, I think it was like one of the last times that you guys did mornings, where you just put your headphone down. It's like, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep, I got nights. I got this. You got to give them a chance. And you and Damien walked in there and basically told them,
Yep.
you need to give them a chance.
Yeah.
You need to take a chance on these two. They got so much talent and so much potential with stuff that we didn't even see in ourselves. To
No.
be honest, Black, I think at that point we were kind of already down on our lucks because nothing
having
was changing.
the backup of someone who is in legendary here in Las Cruces was
Yeah.
I think that was the thing that powered us through it. You have someone who believes in you, that's going to
Yeah.
make us want to do our best on air.
We really didn't want to let you guys down either, because knowing that you guys had our back, we wanted to make sure that we were giving our best. I mean, the training sessions that we would have with Damien, I mean, there's a clock
Every
that is
single day.
in our head, and Damien knows what it is. It's a circle with
Do you remember every single day he would tell us, okay, how could you have done that break better? And we're like, I thought it was great. How could you have done it better? But that's what we needed, that push.
and that push has pushed us to now go 12 years to do this. And
Man, that's crazy.
still,
12 years.
I
Isn't that
know
weird?
it's crazy to think that now here we are in 2024, and Jackie and I are the longest running morning show in Las Cruces. And that goes to say it's because of you and Damien having that
thank you,
belief
man.
in
Thank
us
you.
to do
It's
that.
absolutely.
But you know what, though?
because-
And I think that, stuff like this podcast and stuff like that is also taking it to another level. You know what I'm saying? Because things changes, and some people don't know how to go with the times. You know what I'm saying? And I knew when it was time for me to step back. I ain't gonna say step away, because I still do the Sunday show. But when I came back, I got offered to do the night show again, and I said no. I said, because I've been there and I've done that. I'm on to different things. I said, but I still want to be on radio. And I had to give a shout out to you, Joey, because if it wasn't for you, the In the Kitchen with DJ Black wouldn't be on the air, because you're the producer. But we know how many meetings we had
Yeah.
before that show even got on the air.
Yeah.
There's a meeting and a meeting to another meeting to another meeting.
And I don't know if the people looking really know me. I don't like meetings.
No.
My thing is that let's get to the meat of the meeting. And let's do away with it. I don't want to sit back and do the small talk. And, I forgot the guy's name when I first came back. I forgot to the window to the wall. I can't remember his name right now. But when we used to meet with him, I used to get mad because I really don't like disrespectful people.
Yeah.
And there's ways to talk to people and not talk down on them. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're trying to bring you something we're bringing you Throwback Thursday every Sunday. And it's like, you stuck it up there, and then, of course, when Lindsay came in, she said, you know what, we finna make this happen. And that's where I want to be. Because right now, like I said, I know who DJ Black is, but I don't like like when I hear words like legendary, I'm sitting here like, oh, man, I was just being me. And I guess that's a good tribute to my mom.
Yes.
Because me being me made me have these statuses, and I don't see me as me. Y'all see me. Y'all need me. If we need to do something, I don't walk around, hey, DJ Black. I'm like, hey, because I know I'm ugly, man. I got a face for radio. I
Only
do.
Damien Black.
Black. One of the things, taking radio out of the picture, it's the community service that you do from here. Now, you're not from Las Cruces. You're originally from Dallas.
Right.
Yeah.
But to see the amount of community service that you put into the community, recently, you DJ to, get some supplies for those in Ruidoso. I always see you as the first person to jump up and say, hey, how can we help our community? How can we do this for back to school for kids? How can we do a backpack drive? A lot of the inspiration from the Pack the Van food drive came from you saying, hey, we're just going to go sit outside of a grocery store, collect canned goods, and donate them to those that are in need. Talk about just kind of those efforts, just the giving back to the community. Because like I said, you're not from here, but you give back in such a major way, like you've lived here your whole life.
Well, once again, let's go back to my mama. We came from a humble beginning, and we always show love to those who show us love. And, I said, Las Cruces has showed me love, honestly, man, since like the first time I got here, and I can say we are truly blessed at some of the stuff that we have, because there's people that without roofs over their head, and and then you got all these moms and families that can't afford school stuff, and some of them ain't eating, just be real. So I said, what is it for me to go somewhere, set up, and just jam out and just try to help these people out as much as we can? Remember we used to do the Secret Santas and go to the schools and stuff like that. And then to me, the biggest thank you is seeing the smile on their faces. When we did the backpack drive, man, those little kids coming there, some of them ain't got no idea who the hell DJ Black is. Their parents might, but they don't. But to see the smiles on their face, and we did the free haircuts and all that kind of stuff, that to me, in my heart, I have to give back to the people that give back to me. Like when y'all called me at 6 a.m. If it was somebody else, I would have cussed them out. I'm like, man, like, damn, we don't even do booty calls 6 o'clock in the morning, But since it was y'all, I was like, all right, cool. I readjusted my clock, and that's the way I am. You show me love, I'm going to show you love back. And this town, honestly, has always shown me love. We did the mud volleyball last year. I did the mud volleyball. Every year, me and Lindsay go out to White Sands, and we DJ for the troops. And, I can't go out to the schools like I used to now because, one, I probably look like half the kids' granddad. But two, it's like now with my work schedule, I can't go out there. But if I could, believe me, I would.
And you always make time for those that whenever you give a call. I've never seen you once say, no, I'm too busy or I don't want to do this.
Even the parade, like Black could be doing something else. He's like, no, I'm there. And he'll get on our float and help us decorate. And he does it every single year with
and shout
us.
out to Martine who didn't drop any of us this year.
I know.
Yeah.
Martine's our driver for the parade, and none of us fell out.
He worked on his braking. You know what I'm saying? Because the one year he was braking so hard.
We almost all flew off. Yeah, it was so scary.
So we were good and safe, and thank you, Martine, for
but I think it's beautiful to give back, man. Like I said, to me, it's not always monetary. It ain't always have to be about money. It's just sometimes when you do stuff from your heart, you feel good when you sit back and relax and you think about it. But then when you see people later, you never knew how you hit them. It's like I go to Walmart and it's crazy because people recognize my laugh. You know what I'm saying? Or like some lady was following me the other day and she was recording me, and it was weird.
That's awesome.
And I told her, I said, ma'am, she said, hey, walked up to me and said, hey, can I get a picture?
That's
I was like,
awesome.
yeah, man. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be, showboat and I make all this money because I really don't, stuff like that. It's like, if you knew me back in the day, I am the same person today.
Let's talk.
Except I walk slower. But
let's talk businesses because you're a person
Lord
that,
have mercy.
that doesn't
I know.
stop.
You have so many side things you do, but there's one you just are doing right now, right? You're in the works of something right now.
Well, it's 95% finished.
Nice.
So of course I'm doing a new comedy club in El Paso, Texas called the Midtown Comedy Lounge. Downtown, which is beautiful. 4,100 square feet. We're roughly going to be able to sit about 230 people.
Wow.
So what I want to do is also show love to this area because, like I said, I came here in the military through El Paso. So, and then, I'm a comedian and then, a DJ. So I wear many hats. So I decided I want to do a comedy club. This is my second try, you know what I'm saying? Because your first you don't succeed, try again. Leah popped in my head. So this one will be open either the end of October or the very first week of November.
Okay.
So we have one more meeting with the city for the liquor license, which will be probably early next week, and then they'll say when we can open. But we already got some big name comedians coming.
Nice.
So I'm working the deal out, of course, with the radio station here, where I want to get a party bus and bring the people from Las Cruces.
Are me and Joey gonna drive this party bus?
Well, I don't know.
perhaps.
I was thinking Martine because he got the braking skills.
Oh, that's right. Okay, right.
But I want to show love. Even though I'm in El Paso, I still want to show love back to Las Cruces. So I want to get the party bus to bring people down to come check out the space,
That's cool.
have fun, and then y'all can drink and not drive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because the first week that I open, I'm gonna do one show on Friday, one show on Saturday. But after the show, other than the regular comedy club where you got to leave and get out, I want everybody to stay. Party a little bit, but tell us what you like and don't like about the club, but also tell us who you want to see. We want to get, when it's family and friends, you can get honest feedback.
Yes.
So we want honest feedback because, like I said, I'm building this for everybody in this area, but it's not for me. So tell me, but it's bad though, man. It's a Dallas Cowboy color. You know what I'm saying? I got the big screen TV. I got a 98-inch TV at 275, 10,000 watts worth of sound system up in there. You know, I still got my DJ
cool.
roots. So it's and then I don't know if y'all saw the pictures.
Yeah, it's beautiful
Oh
on the
man,
outside.
it's
so beautiful.
yeah. So it's about to happen, man. Finally, after all this time.
That's so cool.
And we still made him get up at 6 a.m.
6
He
a.m.
doesn't have a busy day at
No.
all.
Oh man, and then I got to go. I was in Albuquerque last weekend. I'll be in Dallas this weekend. Come back for the show. My nephew's getting married.
Oh,
So you know what I'm
nice.
saying. So and another thing too, I want to thank y'all too, because I know a bunch of y'all was giving me calls and texts. You know, because I lost 2 brothers within 4 months. You know what I'm saying. So that was hard on me. You know what I'm saying? So mentally, I was broken down, but I knew when I got in front of people, I couldn't show it. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to give a shout out also to my oldest daughter, Jasmine, which is basically almost like my best friend. She was every day, Dad, you okay? Dad, how's everything? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
You know, Black, and one of the things that you've always done for us is, you know, be there for us, and the love that you always shown for everybody. And I think it's just contagious, man, when, you know, you're so caring for people that people just want to care for you as well. So,
Joey, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to stop you. Joey, you care about me. I have never seen Jackie's house.
I'm never home.
Like,
How am I gonna invite you when
Jackie's
I'm
been living in her
home?
house for like 85 years. And we talk all Jackie has never.
You wanna know what's
Jackie,
funny?
I don't steal no more.
Jackie's house is here at the radio station.
I
She's
live
never
here,
home.
and you know what's funny? I live down the street from Joey.
You know, I've been to Joey's house.
I know. I saw
Ain't that
you
crazy?
there.
Joey been living in this house what, year? How long you
Yeah,
been
about a
here?
year.
I already been to your house. Jackie, how long you been living in your house?
I've had my house for like 8 years.
8 years.
8 years.
Like, come on, man.
No, I know. I'm never home.
Jackie
though,
said,
Black,
well, Black,
ever.
I can't invite you. I don't even watch BET. So I'm like, damn, Jackie.
They don't have it on Hulu. That's
Yeah.
why.
Sorry, Black.
Yeah,
we'll
but
have
I
to
still love.
change that. We'll
But
have to
you
change
know
that.
what though, man? I think a smile is contagious.
It is.
Actually, I learned that from Victor Starr. He said when you're on the radio and you're talking, he said if you're having a good time, the people that's listening to you are having a good time.
That's true. Yeah.
So that's what I've always been. When I go somewhere, I don't care if I'm in a bad mood. I'm going to crack a joke. I crack jokes at funerals. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I'm that guy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just that I always try to make light, even though there might not be no light. And that's why, like today, man, I'm proud of you guys. I always talk about how you guys, man, came from basically nothing. Y'all like Drake for real. You know, y'all started from the bottom. Now you're here. You know what I'm saying? So
We're halfway there. We're not all the way there.
No,
We're
y'all
still
We're just
about there.
floating
We're
right
just
there.
floating right now.
12 years, bro.
That's crazy.
I mean, think about how many people that came in and out of that door.
37.
37.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I
Yeah.
didn't
I'm
count.
just saying, though, think about even from the management on down to the personalities, how many different people that then came through that door, and y'all has always sustained a high standard, and you're still number one. That's man, that's dope.
What advice would you give to those that are thinking about getting into radio, comedy, any one of the 16 jobs that you have? What advice would you give to that person that's listening to you or watching you right now? What advice would you give to them?
I would say first, find your voice, find out who you are, and in this business, entertainment business, you gotta have people want to work with you. I mean, there's so many people that get into this business that all of a sudden the next day they Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? It's always stay humble.
Yes.
And that's what I will always remember is to stay humble. No matter what, stay humble.
Before we wrap up, we usually end the show with the story time with the Big Show.
Oh, Lord.
And I figured we'd pass the mic to you to a story that you have many stories.
You've seen a lot here.
You've seen a lot.
Yeah.
We're going to turn the mic to you. What story would you tell? Story time. We'll say call it story time with DJ Black.
Hey, it was so funny, right? So when I first moved here, remember, I came down here with just the shirt on my back, basically. I used to drive the Hot 103 van.
I think we all have at
We
one
all
point.
have at one
Yeah, I used to drive
Our
it
trucks
home,
break
bro.
down. Yeah.
Because I lived down here in Vista, Montana apartment. See, when I first moved here, I didn't know that was low-income housing. Like, the walls are, like, so thin, bro, like crackers. Like, you would sneeze, and the person behind you would say, bless you. So I used to drive the van home, man. So you come outside, and everybody's trying to figure out who the hell is driving. And then I parked in the handicap spot because I said, hey, the van look handicapped. You know what I'm saying? So
It still does.
it looked bad.
Yeah,
It looked like
so-
impetigo or whatever Michael Jackson had. But that was my story. Like, I drove that van everywhere, bro, before I got my car. You know what I'm saying? And then that was my story. Like, it was, I was the ultimate I'm gonna let y'all know who I am. And remember we used to go. Remember Angie's daughter? We used to embarrass Angie's daughter.
Yes.
Oh, Jackie.
Yeah.
That's
Pull up in
right.
the
Jackie
band.
and
Hey,
Kat.
Jackie, get in. You want to ride?
We've done that to her too when she was in middle school.
Yeah.
It was Kat, huh?
Yes.
We picked up Kat
Hey,
from middle school.
ain't it crazy how we can think of families and we grew up with these, like they went
Yeah.
from middle school or
Marietta,
elementary school to
Marietta,
graduation.
Marietta.
Marietta,
family.
Bertha and
Bertha,
Frank.
yeah.
Wow.
Angie being one. I remember we took we took their daughters to their senior year. Rhonda,
Yeah.
another one. Like everybody.
It's so cool that we've made so many like lifelong friends
Yeah,
just
just
working
being
there.
on the radio,
Yeah.
man. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Then when you meet these people, they're like ultra cool.
They're
And you
super
basically
cool.
grow up with them. Like you're a part of that family,
They're
you know?
not even friends anymore. They're just straight up family.
Yeah,
like
They're
you
family
said.
now,
Yeah.
man. You know, and I guess that's the part that I will always take away from being, you know, on Hot 103 is that how many people that I have met. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I was DJing for Jeff Steinborn the other day
How cool.
at the convention center. I didn't know all these people knew me, man. You know, I meet the lieutenant governor and all these people, and I'm like, how the hell you hear about DJ Black? You know what I'm saying? So now I'm just to that point, man, where I'm like, okay, last story, and I'm gonna leave. So my daughter came to visit, right? My daughter live in California. She's not really down with DJ Black, right? So we go in places. We go to the mall, and this is at the height of DJ Black. And then one day we get home, and she looked at me. And she was like, "Hey, Dad, let me ask you a question." I said, "Yeah, what's going on?" She said, "What is up with this DJ Black thing?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" She said, "Well, when people find out I'm your daughter, they treat me different." I was like, "Well, good or bad?" She said, "They treat me good. Like, I went to the store the other day, and they knew I was DJ Black daughter. They just started giving me all this free stuff."
That's awesome.
And I said, "You know, DJ Black is my job. That's my alter ego." And I said, "But to you, I will always be Dad." Then she said, "Yeah, but sometimes it's cooler when you're DJ Black." And I was like, "Okay, all right, I hate you right now." You know what I'm saying? But I mean, but to see my daughter, you know, get into the stuff that I do, to me is the ultimate. You know what I'm saying? Because that's my little mini me. So you know, to have her like, wow, that's my dad.
You know, you
That's
mentioned
so awesome.
the DJ Black name when we were in San Diego recently at a morning show boot camp.
Oh yeah.
Your name came up.
Yeah, you came up there. Who was it? Was
Mikey
talking to-
Fuentes
Mikey
mentioned
that's
you.
right,
Oh
that's right.
man,
Yeah.
that is my sensei. that's my sensei right there,
Yeah.
man.
So do you mean to tell me that we could be in
It
California
was so funny too. We're like, yeah, DJ Black.
and we're like, serious? Like, how? He's like, yeah, DJ Black used to work with me in Albuquerque. A couple other people that we've worked with in passing different radio stations. Like, oh yeah, I remember he would be the DJ that worked at Power 102. So you have such a catalog of people that know
Seriously.
about you
That's weird.
through comedy, radio. You probably have cursed out their baby mama at
Yeah,
one point.
yeah. Or talked about them.
Or
Yeah,
talked about them,
yeah.
or they were a ghetto Delilah at
Yeah,
some
yeah.
point.
Yep.
And it's just so crazy that we're like there. They're like, DJ Black. We're like, oh, yeah. And it brings like a certain comfort to us, too, because they're like, yeah, I know DJ Black. Oh, yeah, that's
Well, then you're friends.
It's
then.
okay.
Yeah,
You're
well,
our
that-
friend.
when I was in Phoenix, bro, I went to a comedy show in Phoenix, and I'm sitting in line, and I was here. I know that ain't DJ Black. So in my mind, I was like, damn, do I owe somebody some money? So I started looking around, and so many people from Las Cruces moved to Phoenix.
That's
And then you
cool.
bump into them, and I'm simply like,
Well, remember
Damn.
when you went viral for that video in Colorado?
yeah, that was, and I
You
don't
had
even
people in
smoke.
Las Cruces,
What
like,
was fun is I
rallying
don't even
behind
smoke
him.
weed.
No, you were out there for like a 420 fest or something.
Yeah.
And you were saying something about getting a contact high.
Well, because they was going around filming, and then everybody started pointing toward me. Go talk to him. Go talk to him.
Of course. Your
So when
personality.
they talked to me, and then it just went off top
But
of my
people
head.
were like, there was like one comment, and then everyone from like Las Cruces and everywhere else was defending Black.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
They were like, oh, why would they put him on air?
that's
and
just
then
his personality.
Yeah,
Six
Just make
people be
weed
like,
smokers
he's a
look bad.
comedian. Don't you know who that is? That's DJ Black. He's from the Who Ride. And it's like,
It was just so many posts of defending Black.
it was so crazy.
So much love in that thread.
And everybody was just like, oh, my God, they put DJ Black on camera.
they got the right
And why-
Dude, I mean, but to see the views, bro,
That was
like
so cool.
and then
Yeah.
and then watch how many people was getting tagged, and I was, of course, I was watching the comments like, damn, man, this is love.
And you
man.
just moved away from here, so it's cool that
Yeah.
you still had that love from
Oh yeah,
Cruces.
Yeah,
that's
he ain't escaping from anybody
No.
anytime
no,
soon.
man. And then I don't think with the comedy club, now it's a whole nother realm, man. To go from a DJ to a comedian, and they sort of blend together, and to watch it, man. Like somebody was asking me the other day, like, how do I switch careers? And I said I never switched.
Yeah.
I've always been, Tommy Black. like back in the locker room, and you know how big Dallas is.
Yeah.
So in Dallas, either you can fight good or talk noise good. So I was a talker. You know what I'm saying? So I'm that guy that I'm always gonna crack jokes on you. We used to play they call it the dozens, but we used to call it in Dallas, we're gonna score on each other. So I was always that guy that everybody would take their shot at to see if they can knock the crown off, because everybody said I was the king. And then one day, man, there was a whole football team. It was probably like 7 guys, right? They come at me at the lunchroom at the same time, bro. And this is when I knew I had something. So all of them coming to me, and I'm just looking at all of them. And I said, y'all finished? Dude, I went down the line like I had a Uzi. I'm tearing all of their asses up, bro. I'm hitting every last one of them. And my boy walked up to me. He said, man, you really should think about being a comedian. I said, man, I ain't doing that joke. And I never thought about it until I did the Who Ride.
Yes.
And everybody was saying, you funny. You should start doing comedy. And I said, the only way I would do it is that all the money goes to a charity.
That's cool.
And then I did it at Hurricane Alley. I don't drink, but I was taking shots because I was nervous. And I never knew the whole show. I had a chicken bone in my hand from Wingstop. So I did the whole show with a chicken bone and a paper reading all my jokes. But then since then, it just, for some reason, it flourished.
It just came natural to you.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
And now here we are, comedian, radio icon at this point.
know.
Oh, damn. See,
And,
there y'all go them words again, man.
Truly a great friend
We
to
are
us.
Well,
blessed to
thank
have
you, man.
Black in
Thank
our
you.
lives.
We really are, and we couldn't thank you enough for being our first guest on our show.
Y'all didn't think me enough to tell me my knuckles was ashy, right? Because I looked down at my hand and I said,
know.
oh, my
It's
God.
Hear about
Notice
it.
how everybody put their hands in their pockets.
I didn't know. I don't know the podcast secret. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
Martine,
what?
who is handling our sound, even hit his hands.
yeah.
He was like, "Yeah, y'all sound good." And he put his hands away.
I saw him in there licking his knuckles earlier. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
For those that want to keep up with you, they can follow you on the socials. Tell them about the club and let them know where they can follow the club. So
Well,
they can stay
the
up to date.
club, of course, Midtown Comedy Lounge. Like I said, it'll be open at either the end of October or the beginning of November, kind of what the city said. It's a beautiful club. And also, too, man, of course, I'm doing my Soul Train nights at Pecan Grill. If y'all like some good old school music, it's absolutely free. And plus, I will be giving away VIP tickets to the club, so you can come up there and win those. And then, of course, you know what I miss? Ghetto Delilah.
Me too. Let's bring it back.
Yeah, I want to bring. You tell me when, man.
Oh, I
and-
want to bring it back.
We'll bring Ghetto Delilah back.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing about Ghetto Delilah was trying not to laugh while we was doing
this
it.
world needs Ghetto Delilah.
Yeah,
Joey.
oh
now
my
more
God.
than ever, especially with all the drama that happens in everybody's lives, Ghetto Delilah is necessary.
Yeah, man, and plus, I'm sponsored by Baby Oil, so we can go ahead, we can make it a slippery
I thought you
situation.
lost that sponsorship, Black.
I thought that belonged to somebody else.
Right.
Yeah, no,
Allegedly.
No, he,
Allegedly.
Right now he Akon, he locked up.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah, so I got.
So you
I
got
the
it back.
Rams
You got
right
it back.
now, yeah.
Okay. Well, Black, thank you so much for joining us. You can also listen
Don't
to
stop,
you in
don't
Hot
stop, don't
103, right? Every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday, man, from 5 to 8. Once again, if y'all don't know it, Joey is the producer for the show, so I got to show love to Joey. He make me sound good. And thank everybody. The numbers are outrageous. Thank y'all so much, man. I don't know what camera. I ain't supposed to be looking. Where's my camera? That's my
Just
camera?
look back and forth.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody in the Las Cruces area that has always supported me, man. Without y'all, it would be no me. Especially Vince, thank you for cutting my hair, because I know all the gray hairs come out. I got the salt and pepper going on right now, but it's cool. I'm maturing. So all the people that always show me love, man, all I can say is thank you. And plus, the original management when there was a radio of Las Cruces, thank y'all, too, for taking the chance on me. D, get at us, man.
Yes,
That's
come
right.
on. Join us. We have a seat for you right here.
Yeah,
Right
come
here.
on,
You
man.
can sit right here. I'll sit in the middle if you would like, Damien.
Right.
Yeah.
He can sit next to me.
Yeah, I don't
Not
know.
so
We'll see.
bad.
We'll see what he says. I
Playboy.
think he's gonna want to sit with
Playboy,
DJ Black.
Playboy,
though.
yeah, Playboy.
So we'll make them sit. We'll actually give them the bigger couch and let
Oh,
them
yeah,
take
that's
over the
right.
bigger
We'll
couch.
sit our little butt cheeks
Yeah,
over there.
yeah,
sit over there.
yeah. Joey, not Joey, but Damien get a little thin, so we'll be all right. We gotta make sure he don't fall in the
Right,
cracks.
yeah, he can
Yeah.
sit there.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Big Show on the FM. Remember to follow us on Instagram, Big Show FM, as well as on Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe to Big Show on the FM on YouTube.
And special thank you to 633 Studios.
That's right.
What's her name?
633 Studios.
Oh, I thought you said sexy screen. I don't know what the hell.
It's not that kind of show.
I was
Black.
like, man, this is the
not
Black Couch.
That's
It's
a
not that
different
kind of
show.
So come on,
It's a
girl, you
different
want a
show.
This
job?
whole time,
You want
Black.
to be in a video, a
This
rapper's
whole
video.
time we were good.
Thank you guys so much. We'll check you guys next week.